Right now, Wisconsin could get some snow later this week. We'll find out how much we should be expecting.
Also, the trial of the DCI agent charged in the shooting of Quadrin Wilson is underway. We're live at the courthouse with the latest.
And later, a bill to reduce the amount of salt used in winter storms, whipping up a storm in front of the Capitol Square today. What advocates and opponents are saying about the proposal. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Charlotte is off tonight. We begin with the weather today. It's the first day of spring. Beautiful day outside, but an upcoming storm could send southern Wisconsin back into winter.
Yeah, so this storm expected to hit Thursday night. Chance of maybe dropping a few inches of snow in parts of the viewing area. I'll check the first warn forecast now. Meteorologist Jacob Madison. Jacob?
Yeah, don't be fooled by the nice weather today. It is going to feel like winter for the most part in the first week of spring. Now, we have an alert day Thursday night for the likelihood of accumulation. Now, where you are located within our viewing area will depend on how much snow you get. It's not going to be consistent across our entire region, with areas north of Madison likely seeing more and areas south will see less. Now, once again, this is Thursday night into early Friday. Shouldn't start until after sunset on Thursday. So during the daytime, it should be dry, but the snow is expected to be pretty widespread after midnight through Friday morning. And some areas could see some pockets of heavy rain, or heavy snow. But for the most part, we're going to see moderate snowfall, but it could last for several hours. We also will mostly see snow with just a small chance of rain mixing in near the Illinois border. For the most part, though, we're only going to see snow out of this system, and it will continue through the first half of Friday and then clear out by the late afternoon, early evening. Accumulation forecast is calling for around 3 to 6 inches north of Madison, possibly more than 6 inches further north in the central portion of the state. Madison will see around 1 to 3, maybe up to 4 inches. Areas south will see 1 to 3. And Monroe and Janesville, wouldn't surprise me if you folks don't even see an inch. It's not going to be quite as bad for the Illinois border. And if you notice, pretty much everywhere east to west, it doesn't change too much, but it does change a lot from north to south. But we have another alert day Sunday and Monday of next week. This system will produce snow and rainfall, and I'll talk more detail about this coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Day one of the jury trial for DCI agent Mark Wagner has wrapped up. Wagner, the agent charged with recklessly endangering safety for firing his gun at a suspect back in 2022.
Today, opening statements were made, followed by witness testimony. Our Kyle Pozorski bringing us coverage all day and joins us again with the latest. Kyle?
Good evening. Today began with opening statements from both sides, giving a preview of the arguments they will each make as the trial moves forward.
The evidence is going to show that something went really wrong here.
District Attorney Ismail Ozan delivering opening remarks Tuesday in the case of Mark Wagner.
No gun is immediately found by DCI or seen by the paramedics who are treating Mr. Wilson.
His statement surrounding the use of force by Agent Wagner, saying if the suspect did not have a gun, there is no need to fire his.
Now, law enforcement has the privilege to use force, up to and even deadly force. But there must be articulable facts to justify any use of force.
It was later found that Quadrin Wilson did not have a gun. A law enforcement veteran of 27 years with years of training, Wagner is charged with recklessly endangering the safety of the public. He was working at the time as an agent of the Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigation. In a rebuke to Ozan, defense attorney Daniel Sanders saying multiple agents believed Quadrin had fired at officers, justifying Agent Wagner's action on February 3rd of 2022.
He's not back. Pesky thinks that Wagner was shot. Holly thinks that Wagner was shot. Hale thinks that Wagner was shot. The other agents that were around in the vicinity that saw him fall thinks he's shot.
The witnesses Tuesday going over what they saw, being questioned for hours, with day one only wrapping up at 4.
We expect much the same tomorrow, as there are many witnesses who will bring testimony of the events of February 3rd of 2022. And of course, News 3 Now will continue to bring you coverage as the trial goes on. Reporting here in downtown Madison, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
All right, Kyle, thank you. All lanes of the Beltline now back open, excuse me, after a high-risk traffic stop led to delays this afternoon. About 1 o'clock, Monona police received a report of a driver brandishing a gun while driving. Law enforcement agencies stopped the vehicle along the Beltline near Monona Drive. Traffic in that area was temporarily halted, then rerouted. Many of you probably saw it. The people in that vehicle were temporarily detained. No weapons were found. Officers did find a pair of shears. The driver denied brandishing any weapon. Everyone who was detained was then released.
In Grant County, a 76-year-old man was arrested for ramming his vehicle into a parked car over the weekend. Police say the man drove his car down his driveway and rammed the vehicle twice. The victim called law enforcement and alleged that the man did this on purpose. The man admitted he was upset by this vehicle being illegally parked, so he rammed it with his car. He was arrested for criminal damage to property and taken to the Grant County Jail.
Middleton police say they arrested a woman who was driving under the influence, found lying on the ground on that city's north side. Officers were sent to the area of the Bristled Boar Bar early Sunday evening. They say the 42-year-old woman smelled of alcohol and had bloodshot eyes and slurred speech. Following sobriety tests, the suspect was arrested for a felony OWI. Some
shocking video in Greendale shows the moments after a little girl fell off a 2-story escalator. It happened late last month at Southridge Mall. Video shows paramedics trying to keep the girl steady as they put her on a stretcher to take her to the hospital. A Greendale officer talks to the girl's father and stepmother. The parents say they got off the escalator to go to Champs. A police report says the parents saw the girl gripping the top of the escalator railing.
I thought that she was close near us, but she was by the escalator, and then by the time that we turned around to call her over, she was like, oh, kind of like, hey, look what I can do type thing.
Well, despite the terrifying fall from the second floor, luckily the girl survived. She was released from the hospital a week after the incident. A snowplow rally made its way around the Capitol Square today, aiming to raise awareness about a bill that's trying to reduce the amount of salt used in winter storms.
And that's ahead of more winter weather. Our Catherine Merck spoke to advocates about their reasons for supporting this bill with context on the pushback at the State House.
It's been weeks since we've had a significant snowstorm here in Madison. However, these advocates behind me haven't stopped talking about the use of salt for cleanup in those storms.
People have a misconception that if there's so much salt on the ground that you can see it everywhere, that it's crunching, that it's safer. You really don't need that much.
Supporters of Senate Bill 52 say they want their voices heard. They say people use a lot of salt in the winter.
What we're looking at here really is, are we going to, continue down a really unsustainable path and salt our drinking water to the point that we won't be able to drink it?
Representatives from the Snow and Ice Management Association want Governor Tony Evers to stand by the state's freshwater resources by signing the bill into law. However, there have been some changes to the bill that have caused some Democrats to end their support.
People are way over applying because that fear of liability is so huge.
Senate Minority Leader Diane Hesselbein was originally a co-author of the bill, but pulled out. In a statement to me on Tuesday, her communications director said that the legislation creates some liability shields.
Property owners, municipalities, they're afraid if they don't put that much down, they're going to get sued.
People have now pitted, our freshwater lakes versus, public safety.
I love to fish. I want to continue to be able to eat the fish out of the rivers and lakes that my kids and I fish in.
Through the sound of these snowplows, these advocates want the most powerful elected official in the state to keep the conversation going about salt use.
We're hoping the governor will see past the politics as well and sign this into law.
The bill is supposed to make its way to the governor's desk on April 4th, and he'll have 6 days to decide whether he'll sign it or not. Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
A quick programming note for you. Tomorrow, we will be carrying the Bucks and Boston Celtics game right here on WISC-TV. The Bucks game starts at 6:30, so Survivor and The Amazing Race will be on Television Wisconsin at 3.2. Survivor begins at 7. Amazing Race starts at 8:30. And once the game is over, Amazing Race will come back on the air in progress and then continue on TW. If you can't access TW, you can watch CBS primetime programming the next day on CBS.com. Still to come tonight at 6, a warning from the Product Safety Commission on 2 different brands of water bead sets.
Plus, the spring season upon us, which means allergy season. What you can do now to protect against those spring allergies.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Ruger Law Offices. A truck crash can be life-changing. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. We have a powerful team with the knowledge, resources, and history of results you'll need. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out, building the highest quality doors at the best price. This bright white 6-panel interior door is $139.99 after rebate. Give your home an elegant look without the mess with Palisade waterproof wall tiles. They're durable, easy to install, don't require grout, and are ideal for any room in your home. A 10-pack of wall tiles is $59.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This month, we're looking for 200 homeowners interested in getting a new fence. We're offering up to $1,000 off, plus an upgrade of up to 10 free solar caps. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. Call now or visit the website for your new fence today.
Shop family-owned Brothers Maine for our large selection, low-price deals, and free delivery on top brands like Cafe, Hotpoint, and GE Appliances. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Get your bracket on with the News 3 Now Bracket Challenge. Make your tourney picks for a chance to win a $500 gift card and see how your bracket measures up against the News 3 Now sports team. Register and fill out your bracket now at channel3000.com. You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission is warning people to immediately stop using Django Store large water beads and Tula Duo water bead sets. Both brands' sets of water beads contain levels of acrylamide in violation of the Federal Hazardous Substances Act. If one of these water beads is ingested, it can pose a risk of toxicity to children. Both water bead sets were sold online at Amazon between $10 and $20.
Well, it's the first official day of spring. You may already be seeing or feeling pollen out there. The CDC says more than a quarter of adults in the U.S. and nearly 1 in 5 children have seasonal allergies. And if you're one of them, doctors say get prepared. If you have asthma, you can avoid attacks by getting on a preventative or controller medicine early. For allergy sufferers, get on a regimen of nasal sprays and antihistamines, but get ones without a decongestant.
So that means without the letter D in it, because it's actually harmful to use that long term, like for allergies. But things like Zyrtec, Claritin, Allegra, those are all 24-hour antihistamines that actually work quite well.
And you can help avoid getting stuffy by using steam inhalation or neti pots to open up your sinuses. Keep your windows closed, especially in the early morning at peak pollen time. Also, change your clothes, take a shower so you don't bring pollen into the home with you. Still ahead, how a power company in western Wisconsin is celebrating its transition to more renewable energy.
And how home building is heating up amid a housing shortage and an affordability crisis in the U.S. Plus, the winter weather will be returning soon. We'll tell you how much snow we can expect when News 3 Now at 6 returns.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Catch the Bucks on broadcast TV when they clash with the Celtics on your new local home for select Bucks games. Watch as Giannis and the Bucks ship up to Boston to tangle with one of the top teams in the league in an Eastern Conference showdown. Don't miss it when the Greek Freak gets unleashed. Bucks, Celtics, on your new local home for select Milwaukee Bucks games. Wednesday at 6:30 on WISC TV 3.
Do not go.
It's free if I do it, babe.
Whoa,
you need the experts. Let the experts at Feldco make your home renewal project a cinch with free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest for 5 years. Free installation won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
We forge steel bars that hold up bridges, propel ships, and send rockets into space.
But for years, China's been lowballing their prices, so it's been tough to compete.
We can't let China steal Wisconsin jobs, so I wrote a law to require American infrastructure projects use American iron and steel.
Tammy Baldwin got President Trump to sign her Made in America bill.
And then she got President Biden to make it permanent.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Tammy Baldwin has our back.
Your eyewear should be as individual as you. With Shopko Optical's extensive selection of frames and lenses, our optometrists will learn about you and help you customize the right choice for your lifestyle. Visit Shopko Optical and find your new signature style today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
A shuttered coal power plant in western Wisconsin is no more after a scheduled demolition today. Staff from Dairyland Power Cooperative say the Genoa Station No. 3 coal-fired power plant was retired in 2021 after more than 50 years of service. The closing of the plant is part of Dairyland Power's Sustainable Generation Plan.
This is the 6th closure, just to show our commitment to carbon reduction. And when we look to the future, those 2 remaining coal plants are important in our transition because when the wind's not blowing and the sun's not shining, the plants that keep the lights on affordably and reliably are coal plants, gas plants, and nuclear power plants.
Dairyland Power says they still have 2 power plants remaining that are run on coal.
New home construction up last month after months of high demand and low inventory. According to data released by the U.S. Census Bureau, the pace of new housing starts was up nearly 11% last month. Builders are pushing forward with new construction because they believe the demand for new homes will stay strong. High demand drives up the price of homes, so more houses on the market could ease that a bit on your wallet. While mortgage rates are also trending downward, rates remain high as the market continues to experience inflation.
The DNR is now accepting entries from 3rd to 5th graders for the Air, Everywhere poetry contest. The contest is designed to raise awareness of the importance of good air quality in honor of Clean Air Month in May. Teachers and parents are encouraged to submit original poems and riddles written by their students. The 3 winning poets will have their work featured on the DNR website and on social media pages. The deadline to submit entries is May 3rd. Well, we may see the return of some snow later this week. Here's Jacob with the full forecast.
Yeah, winter is back and it's going to really start tomorrow. You know, it's been cold the last couple of days, not necessarily today, but it's going to be cold again tomorrow, and that will continue through the end of the week with snow expected Thursday night into early Friday, and another system will bring some heavy precipitation in the form of rain and snow for Sunday and Monday. Now, we have an alert day for both of those systems. Here's a look at the alert day Thursday night into Friday. This will likely impact that Friday morning commute, so definitely take extra time during that commute as we are expected to see a few inches of snow by Friday morning and possibly a few more during the day. Now, the most snow will be to the north of Madison, where around 4 to 6 inches is expected, but south of Dane County, especially close to the border, I wouldn't be surprised if you folks don't even see an inch. A lot of the areas in Greene and Rock counties, even Lafayette County, not expected to see a lot of snow at all. But looking at the forecast, we are going to see the snow move in after sunset Thursday and continue throughout the night into the early morning hours Friday. As we get into Friday, we'll see the snow during the morning, possibly even into the early afternoon. And also as temperatures warm up, areas south of Madison could see some of that snow mix in with rain, and it should clear out later in the afternoon and into the evening. So looking at the accumulation forecast, right now we are expecting around 3 to 6 inches north of Madison, but areas possibly in the central portion of the state. Could see over 6 inches around Camp Douglas and Watoma. 1 to 3 inches south of Madison, but as I mentioned, it wouldn't surprise me if a few areas don't even see an inch. And it's also important to point out that this is still subject to change, still a few days out, but right now it looks increasingly likely that we're going to see a decent amount of snow in central Wisconsin with light snow in the far southern portion of the state. But we have a second alert day for Sunday and Monday, and obviously a lot can change with this system, but it does look likely that we're going to see some heavy precipitation, first as snow, and then this will transition into rain. So here's a look at that system. Dry Saturday, and as we get into the day on Sunday, we'll start to see some snow move into our area in the morning, and then especially during the afternoon, we're going to see widespread snow showers. And then during the evening and early overnight, that snow will transition into rain. The further south you're located, the earlier that transition will occur, and the further north you're located, the later it will occur. But by Monday morning, we are expected to see widespread rain across our area, and this could last throughout much of the day, especially for areas southeast of Madison. It is possible that the rain for Monday that's right now looking to be the south of us could track up into our area and bring some heavy rain. It's also possible that some of that rain may transition back into snow as the system ends, but it does look like if we do see any accumulation, it'll be in that first round on Sunday. This system will clear out by the day on Tuesday, and as we look at the temperature forecast during this entire time, we'll be below average, especially for the rest of this week, where highs will only be in the 30s, 40s next week, but still below average for the most part. Looks like we may see 50s return by next Friday. So it is going to be a pretty active week. Here's a look at your first warn traffic. We are seeing mostly green conditions across our area, but for the most part, it is pretty clear. Now, here's a full look at the 7 to 10 day forecast. We do have an alert day Thursday night into early Friday, Sunday and Monday as well, as we are going to see the snow Sunday and then rain Monday and a mix as it ends on Tuesday. And temperatures will finally start to get back to 50 by the end of next week.
All right, Jacob, thank you. The NCAA tournament starts today with 2 of the first 4 matchups. And if you haven't filled out a bracket yet, or you want to fill out another one, we have an option for you. The News 3 Now Bracket Challenge is back, and you can compete for a chance to win a $500 gift card. All entries must be submitted before noon on Thursday. To find a link where you can fill out your bracket, just search for this story on our website, channel3000.com. Meanwhile, TGI Fridays is offering a consolation prize for college basketball fans with losing March Madness brackets, 6 free boneless wings. But you do have to buy something to get the freebie and to show off your busted bracket. The giveaway starts today. It runs through April 8th.
And coming up in sports, no sleep until Brooklyn for the Badgers. Why this week is all about resting those legs. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. During Chevy truck season, get 0.9% financing on all 2023 and 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or qualified lessees can get this Silverado for $499 a month.
I have a passion for helping people start small businesses.
I've been self-employed since I was 18.
That's why you see some of those entrepreneurial tendencies from the kids.
The Paco Credit Union has been great with the kids as far as why financial literacy is important.
When I took Tristan in to open up his business account, he was 13, but they still educated him like an adult and treated him like a member for life.
It's pretty cool when your kid's going to hear something that you've been teaching them for years, but it's not coming from your voice.
It's like having someone else in your corner.
Washington has become corrupt. Career politicians sell themselves to special interests and end up working for them and not you. I've worked hard, been fortunate. I don't need their special interest money, and I won't take it. If you decide to elect me as your next senator, I'll donate my entire salary to a Wisconsin charity every year. I'm Eric Hovde. I can't be bought, and I'll put you and our country first. I approve this message.
Like a bowl of cherries, life in Attic Angel is healthy and sweet. Our independent and assisted living lifestyles include newly renovated apartments, engaging social activities, and wellness support that is tailored to you. As time marches on, we promote the idea that life can always be a bowl of cherries. Attic Angel Community, the house that angels built.
TDS Fiber Internet makes our home smarter. Working, playing, living, learning. It's all better with TDS Fiber Internet because it's faster, more reliable. It's award-winning internet served up by friendly local folks. It's what keeps us connected. And isn't that what it's all about? Say hello to internet that hits different. Say hello to TDS.
Playing 4 games in 4 days last week, the Wisconsin men's basketball team has put on some miles. And their reward for getting hot at the right time, a James Madison squad who's the trendy upset pick in this year's bracket. As for the Badgers, though, they're not focused on 12-5 upsets. Instead, this week is about recovering their bodies from a grueling stretch in the Big Ten tournament and locking in so they can make another run in the Big Dance.
We hope to make a long run in this tournament, so, you know, we got to do whatever we got to do to get our bodies right, our mental right, and, you know, just go out there and compete one game at a time.
Excited for these guys because they've earned their chance to keep playing, and they're playing really well right now. So, you know, you get to this point in time, you know that anybody left is a really good team, and we obviously have learned that over the last 48 hours with James Madison.
The Wisconsin women's hockey team has only faced Colgate twice. The last time was last year in the regional final in their barn, and the Badgers left with a 4-2 win and a trip to the Frozen Four. Fast forward to this year, and the two meet again on a bigger stage. Winner advanced to Sunday's national championship. But the Mark Johnson squad, whether it's the Frozen Four or the first series of the season, the mindset doesn't change.
Just remember, we played confident, we played our game, and they were a tough team. They were physical, and they had really good players, so I think this year it's just going to be more of the same. The stakes are a little higher being in the Frozen Four, but I think not much changes. We just go out there and do what we know how to do.
I think playing with excitement and channeling those nerves is going to be important for us. It's like she said, it's a more stake, like more's on the line being a Frozen Four game, but it doesn't change what we're doing out there.
And on the men's side, Kyle McClellan made program history today, becoming the first Badger to be named Big Ten Goaltender of the Year. The senior netminder has posted 24 wins between the pipes for Wisconsin this season and leads the nation in save percentage and shutouts, while his goals against average is second in the country. Mike Hastings' squad will find out where they'll head in the NCAA tournament during the selection show on Sunday.
You ready to head east, young man?
Yeah, just a busy couple days.
Yeah, and they timed those up right. Just make it as hard as they can.
They did not help us out one bit.
The women's hockey team, men's basketball,
Yeah.
about the same time.
Yeah.
So
People can enjoy their Friday night watching the women's hockey and then men's basketball with the snow on the ground because it's going to be snowing throughout much of the day on Friday. But by the time the games roll around, the snow should be coming to an end. But we have another alert day Sunday and Monday. Looks like we'll see snow Sunday with the snow transitioning into rain Sunday night and continuing Monday. So a pretty active week. Winter's back, everyone.
All right, Jacob, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a good night, everybody. Hope to see you back here at 10.